All right, guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. A lot to dive into and discuss in today's video, as we've got ALGS roster returns, a player coming back into the APAC scene that a lot of fans seem to be excited about. Also, we've got roster disbursements and teams leaving and splitting up after last night's scrims. We've got a change there as well, and then a lot of roster announcements as well. A lot of exciting stuff in today's video, so if you guys want to stay up to date, all things Apex Legends esports related, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's give a shout out to our sponsor for today's video, which is Glytch Energy. Glytch Energy has helped the channel a ton over here, and also the brand in general. I've got my own flavor over there, the Maui Punch, and then also they just released their brand new Halloween October flavor, the Scream Sickle. So if you guys want to go try it out, of course, the link is down in the description below, and then also use code jmeyels to get your 20% discount. It helps the channel out a ton. It really does. Like, honestly, this is the best company I've ever worked for. They give me a lot of help and support, and I would not be able to do it without them. First thing I wanted to make mention of, coming from Minus Tempo, this is going to be the scrim results from last night, and this is where some of the stories start to come along. Number one, you've got Luminosity, obviously first place. These guys are absolutely clinically insane. LG Chief, I'm honestly surprised that they have not even won like a LAN at this point, because they are so far up there. And I really am starting to think about it. I don't think that, like, we always look at TSM and Dark Zero like, oh, which one's going to win this LAN? I don't think it's going to be that this year. I think year 4 is going to have a different story. I think you're going to see LG possibly win a LAN. I think you're going to see the Dojo win a LAN. I think you're going to have a lot of these teams that are a little bit more on the outskirts possibly get their name in there. And then honestly, I really feel like an APAC team is just bound to win it at some point as well. So here we go. Oxygen in third place. You may see, like, you know, oh, TSM must have lost the contest. TSM was not playing last night. But a little bit more on the disappointing side for Lobby 8, you had Furia, EA, Optic Gaming, and Dudes Night Out all down here in this bottom 15, unfortunately. And these are guys that we expect and anticipate to do a little bit better, and some of these guys have not found their footing yet, but of course there's still like 3 months to go before Pro League starts, so plenty of time to get that stuff squared away. In Lobby B, though, you have a different story. Obviously, you got Rise Nation winning it all, and then you've got a little bit of drama down here at 15th with Status Quo, and that's the one we're going to be covering here today as well. But we've got a lot of roster news, a lot of roster announcements and changes to dive into first. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Shout out to ApexGlobalSeries.com for having all of these articles done. I didn't post a video yesterday, so literally all the stories today and changes and news are coming from them, because well, they should sponsor the channel. Well, honestly, they probably don't, because it is my website and I kind of made all these articles. Anyways, Gnaske came out to say that he was looking for an org announcement. Finally, they are getting a team. Finally, Gnaske, after the departure of KCP, has announced their new roster. It's going to be Nags, it's going to be Amphi, and it's going to be P-Tom as their coach. Talmadge obviously going to be coaching this roster, but Amphi is, my opinion, the guy you got to look out for here. He is putting up numbers in R5 Reloaded that is honestly comparable to Koiful. Amphi is just absolutely insane, and of course, I think these three guys are going to see possibly a little bit better success than what they had on the former KCP roster. So we'll see obviously how it goes down, but I think that this is going to be a good one, to say the least. Amphi is just kind of one of those up and coming talent guys. And then also you've got Graceful recently announcing that he wanted to return to Apex Legends competitive scene after his short retirement. Graceful announces his new partial roster just yesterday, and this is the return of Team Nessie. Nessie obviously compiles of Graceful and JMW, longtime duo. These guys played together on Invictus, played together on Kungarna, and then obviously they split as they went their own ways to start their next teams. Graceful obviously played for E6, and then you had also JMW playing for J-Lings, and so that's where the departure came through. But now they're back and they're playing together once again, but they have not announced their third, and people are obviously speculating on who that could possibly be. Also, we got to talk about the big APAC North roster rumor that is going around right now. This one actually did a lot of numbers over on my Twitter, and I'm glad to see other regions in North America getting good news coverage as well. Finally, I was able to tweet a lot about the EMEA scene today also, so I'm really happy to see that more regions are getting representation and news as well, but this one by far did the best, and people are obviously very interested in this roster. So you may notice that F-Chan, and then you also got Hammer Drill, and for the sake of not butchering this last guy's name, I'm just gonna say Lavetti. So Lavetti, Hammer Drill, and F-Chan have rumored to be starting a new roster together. Obviously Hammer Drill, one of the better Bangalore players in the game right now, and Hammer Drill, an amazing cracked out guy from FC Destroyed. Then you've got F-Chan, the star power from Pulverex, and you've got Lavetti from Fnatic as well, after that roster decided to split up. I feel like you could see it and read it better on light mode, which is weird because I hate light mode. But anyways, this roster, according to sources, has been looking to get together and play for the ALGS Year 4. So you've got a guy from Fnatic, a guy from Pulverex, and a guy from FC Destroy. I think this roster, and honestly one of the better players from all of these rosters also, I think that this roster has potential to be very good. Then you've also got F-Chan Sean, which I think is kind of the face of Pulver X, and there's going to be a lot of fans rooting for this roster. Also, by the way, looking on Levetti's Liquipedia page, apparently this guy plays on controller, and it's a 6-1 linear. He plays on 6 sensitivity and 1 ADS. That's like the craziest settings I think I've ever seen. Also wanted to mention EMEA. I keep saying EMEA, but it's not EMEA. It's EMEA. Apex Legends Pro. Noises announces his new roster, and here's where the return comes in. A lot of people were excited to see this, but you have time for the change and the breaking news that Noises basically said they're going to be playing with Surdell and the return of Bryn. A lot of people were excited to see Bryn back. You've also got Harold as their coach. Surdell, obviously former KCP, now going over to play with Noises as well. So this roster also could be a very talented team, but I think everybody's kind of watching this roster, and you know, it's cool and all, but they want to see performance, they want to see results, and so obviously we'll have to wait for that to happen. Also, the last breaking news, this was last night right after the scrims. Bunk Wavy from Status Quo, which had arguably good nights in some of the scrims, not the best of nights last night, performing in 15th place in Lobby B, suddenly decided to leave the team right after the scrims were over. He took it to Twitter by saying looking for team for ALGS year 4. Right after that, basically a lot of people were questioning, like, you know, what in the world's going on here? Look at all these question marks. Everybody was like, what's happening? Why is this happening? Did you get dropped? Like, what in the world was going on? He responded and said he chose to leave on his own. Do not go after his teammates. Basically, he made this decision himself, but people could not understand for the life of them why exactly this was happening to begin with. I'm obviously interested to see if you guys think the Status Quo has a better option available right now to fulfill this roster spot. But of course, a lot of changes really shaking up the scene today. A lot of changes with returns and new roster announcements, and then even roster changes and leaving rosters last minute as well. Also, not sure what you guys might take of this, but EA did actually announce something with Apex Legends that they're going to be doing a Post Malone event. And I thought one of the funnier comments on this was basically that we've had this whole conversation about EA partnerships and partnering with these organizations and giving them a revenue split, and then Apex drops this trailer that there's going to be a big event November 7th for Apex Legends with Post Malone, and it's basically 2 weeks of beautiful mayhem. Everybody was commenting like, I bet he got a revenue share, he got a rev split, and I really wonder, they call this their biggest EA partnership in Apex Legends history. We will see, obviously, if that's true. I'm interested to see what you guys take away from this, though. Does this show that EA is looking to spend more money or partner with more? And obviously, a lot of people are trying to relate this to the whole organization things, like, you know, Post Malone's getting treatment that the organizations have not been getting, obviously, and they've been invested in this scene for so long. Of course, Post Malone's a lot bigger than those organizations, but it's been a topic of discussion since they announced this trailer. I'm interested to see how good this event is going to be, because of course I'm pretty excited about it as well. Interested to see what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. Of course, if you guys want to stay up to date all things Apex Legends esports related, you can like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps the video out a ton, and we'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget to check out glitchenergy.com, and you can also use code jmeyels to get your 20% discount down below. Until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators. Oh crap, I'm not supposed to talk in the outro.